everyone, it's me Brandy here at Oasis Sacred Spaces, home of the Oasis Pop-Up Rock Shop, and today I want to talk to you guys about blue kyanite and how to use blue kyanite to change some of these negative thought forms and programs that we have that we replay to ourselves that cause us low self-esteem. Some of us have experienced some trauma in our lives, whether it be from our childhood or from a toxic relationship, whether it be a relative or a mate that we chose, or just friendships in general. And sometimes these tapes that we replay to ourselves, they can be in the form of, anger or resentment or guilt or shame. How could I have done this? How could I have allowed this to happen? Why didn't I stand up for myself? Or just, I'm no good, I'm not worthy, those kinds of tapes. And anytime we have experienced some kind of stress or trauma, our immune system gets activated. And in some of those high trauma situations where we feel like we are under attack or we can't escape, our fight or flight mechanisms are activated. And anytime you're in that high stress situation, your immune system's on high alert. And some of us in our childhoods had those situations where somebody of authority was over you and you were in a situation where you had no control or you had no power. And so you're in this constant state of anxiety, just waiting for an attack to happen. It can carry over into our adult lives where we're constantly looking for somebody to hurt us, or we're looking for the damage to happen. We're just always waiting for an attack. And it can be very, very hard to get out of that state of mind, that hard wiring, so to say. And so ways that you can help get rid of some of these tapes are by doing some of your shadow work. And what shadow work means, and it's very difficult, healing is not easy, it requires constant dedication, or else everybody would be healthy. So what you want to do is go back to the moment where the trauma occurred. And I know it's very, very hard because some of us felt like you couldn't survive it the first time. You don't want to go relive it again. So if you have some that are that deep, make sure that you have a friend on standby that you can talk to that can help bring you back to the present moment. So it's like time traveling, so to say. You are going back in time to experience it again. And so you want to go back to that moment when it first occurred. And the first thing you want to do is tell yourself that you are okay, that you will survive this, that you are lovable, that you are worthy, and that you are there to learn. And the next thing is, one of the very hardest things to do is to forgive the person who's causing you that trauma and that damage at the moment. This person, they volunteered to come here to teach you those lessons, to be the bad guy. And that was a soul contract that you two agreed upon, so that you could learn this lesson. You wanted to learn this, and this person had to teach you this through pain. Unfortunately, that's how we all learn, is through pain. Everybody who has children, you all know this, that you can ask your kids to do something and them ignore you. And the moment you yell, they immediately jump up and are scared, right? And then they go in and respond to what it is that you're telling them to do. And it's horrible, but that's how we all learn. And because it puts you in a state of awareness. You are completely aware and present in that moment. And so pain is one of our greatest teachers. So you want to, I know it's really hard, y'all, but you have to forgive that person, not for them, but it's for you and for your healing. And then the next thing you want to do is look for the lesson. What is the lesson? Did I learn this lesson? Am I repeating these patterns in my life? I'm having these same relationships over and over again, and I keep experiencing the same trauma. That means you're not learning what is being offered to you. So try to see what the lesson is. And then once you can see the lesson, then you want to forgive yourself now for being in that experience, and take the lesson back with you. And then once you've forgiven yourself and forgiven that person, the healing automatically starts to occur within the whole aura, within your mind, body, and spirit. Healing is now starting to take place. And unfortunately, some people have extreme hard wiring because they were in it for years. And so that's where your kyanite's going to come into place. And what you want to do is, whenever you're experiencing those tapes being all the time being recorded or replayed in your mind, that same situation, and you're seeing it again, take your blue kyanite, and what you want to do is make sure you've cleansed it, ask for its help. This is what you need help for. I need to clear out this tape and replace it with a new one. And you want to hold your blade with your index finger and your thumb finger on one side. And then you want to take your thumb and your middle finger on the other hand. So your right hand, index and thumb, your left hand is your ring finger, not your ring finger, your middle finger and your thumb on your left hand. And what you want to do is think about that tape first. What is that tape that you're trying to release and replace? And once you have that tape in there, bring the divine energy in from your crown chakra down into your heart. And then we're going to create a circuit of energy around the right hand into the stone, and then around through your left hand and up to your heart again. So you're going to zing it around in a circle like this, and the heart out the right hand to the left hand, and just keep zooming it around. And that's the program. You're sending that thought program all the way through into this crystal through your hand and all the way around. And what this does is creates a circuit of energy. You don't want your fingers touching, so you want to make sure that you have enough space. You get a lot of nerve endings in your fingertips, and so that's what you want touching. You don't want your fingers touching. You just want them touching the crystal. And so get that program in your mind, and you want to start zinging it around after you pulled it down and around. Keep zinging it over and over and over again, and you'll start to feel like a buzzing in your hand where this thing is so super energized. And once you feel like you've got it in there, you want to release the left hand so that the circuit stops right here in the stone. It can no longer keep zooming around. You've now interrupted that program, and it's trapped right here in this crystal. And then you want to take your kyanite and stick it in some sea salt. And I've told you before, we use sea salt because it is sonically charged in the ocean by the dolphins and the whales. You know, when they sing, they sonically cleanse the water. So you want to bury your kyanite in your salt. And then what you want to do, now that you've interrupted that program, you want to use your sodalite, because whenever you remove something, you want to replace it with something else, so that way the same thing doesn't just come back into that space. So get your sodalite, and now you want to think of a new program that you want to replace that old program with. Make sure you've cleansed it, you've asked to work with it, and now sodalite is the stone of truth. It's great for immune system boosting. It's also a natural record keeper, so you want to kind of keep this one around you all the time. And you want to replace those old thought programs with, you know, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, anything that makes you feel inspired or esteemed, you know, gives you confidence and really boosts your health. And that is your ultimate goal. So you want to release something that you no longer want to be programming yourself with, and then give yourself another healthy program in its place. So I hope this helps everybody, and I hope it gives y'all some understanding about what healing needs to occur in your lives for your health and for everyone else in your lives. And please subscribe to our YouTube videos. We need at least 1,000 subscribers for us to do our live feeds, and more videos to come. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great day.